Well, at least I know Senpai is Liao, I only possessed Yanshu Chi after learning which way you swing. Gay or straight? Everybody loves the boy with a baby face, right? What are you talking about? However you go about it, from perspective of the Yao Guai, it does kinda look like you're leading on them on. Like that bento could have probably be taken as you wanting them to fight over you. It's not, that's not what I meant to happen. How could you think like that? I'm just a guy, they're gods. So you've never heard of men who fallen in love with gods before? You must have been misinformed. Well, yeah, we are living together after all. Senpai, please don't make it worse. I don't see your statement as correct at all. Us gods possibly couldn't have romantic feelings for Lao. All I wish for him is that he ignore the other two and return home after graduation. A relationship is furthest thing on my mind. The conversation seems to be lost on Leopard, which is probably for the best. Alright, I'll stop messing with you. It's fine, I know they don't feel that way, maybe except for the little. Don't call me little. Alright then, Leopard Cat. But with rumors being what they are, I had to come and see for myself. So kiddo, do you really have no romantic feelings towards these cats? No, none at all. Really? At the very least, you're all so close together. I'd say whatever happens, you'll still make great companions. Great companions. With that really how it works out. You still don't know everything. You don't know even what they're asking me to do. Please say what they have come to request from you. A Tung, a priest, an oracle. I would have to choose one of those roles and perform it for years, just one of them. Perhaps even my whole life. I can't just make a promise like that to all of them. So then I'll guess you'll have to promise that to one you wish to be together for with your life. Why'd you have to put it like that? Isn't it how it is? Whoever you choose will be your companion for life. As difficult of a decision as it is to make, isn't it a bit disrespectful to the gods by having them follow you everywhere in anticipation? I never thought of it like that. You can't put off this decision forever. I'd say you choose the companion you get along with the best and stay together with them. It's not like that's an easy thing to choose, not to mention there's other things I want to do in life. No matter what, the influence of others will always change your path in life. Imagine if you had a relationship with another human, wouldn't that change your life just the same? That doesn't make it easier. Even if I refuse all three, it's none of your business. After seeing how stressed you are over this, I want to come and help. You are dealing with gods, so of course it's an interest to all of us. I want to make my own decision. Please, I don't want you trying to make my own decisions for me. You're unique, kiddo, and because of that, your affairs matter to us gods. As annoying as it is, he's not wrong. Even if a perfect way to settle this doesn't exist, I think you should still decide as soon as possible. Taking up all the time of all three of them is going to come across as disrespectful. I don't mind, as long as it's fine as long as Liao comes home after graduation. He won't have time to go be a temple priest or some Aborigines oracle. Stop being selfish, old man. My temple's in dire straits as it is. Well, things wouldn't be so bad for you if you went back to being a Yaguai. And what if my Fidegong loses all their spirit power? That's all that will happen. A god of soil would just lose their power. It's not like they would die. If the local people don't feel the need to worship them, then that's how it is. Please, just stop, you two. It's hard enough to decide as it is, without you making each other cry. This is really difficult for me. I know you're under pressure, but putting it off won't help. You won't make any progress like that. Maybe, unless something else comes up. Liao must quickly come with time. Something bad. What is it? Danger. We must warn them. Every temple has stories about gods helping their worshippers ward off some prophecy of doom. Sorry, Kulao, but your problem isn't special. Which is exactly why you shouldn't journey off to someone else's temple. Liao is of the Lin family. You should take care of your own Mazu temple and your family's needs. Running around and saving worshippers of every temple is a fool's errand. You really are selfish. You're the one being selfish. What a troublesome situation you've gotten yourself in, kiddo. You guys don't get it. I'm not playing around. I'm stressed every day. I feel like I should remind you that this situation won't resolve itself. You're going to have to keep stressing yourself out over it until you make a decision. I don't think any of them want you to go through that. I guess so. And the Yaoguai, the spreading rumors, the faster you get this over with, the better. What does that mean? Nothing. Just think who you wish to team up with. No matter what, you'll end up hurting someone. So keep it simple for those sakes. Why do you have to make it sound like I'm breaking up with someone? Am I wrong? After all, their appearances are based on your preferences. Not to mention all the things they can help you with. I did hear for someone like these gods fulfill a special interest of yours, don't they, kiddo? How do you know about that? So it's true, I was just guessing. Why? The Yaoguai are gossiping about me like that? About bad stuff? I think about it is too embarrassing to handle. Just don't make it too hard on yourself, kiddo. Think about it simply and make a decision earlier. Think simple. Take my spiritual advice for your heart, kiddo. Ragu pets me on the head. Okay, little guy, take it easy. I'll be around here for the next few days if you need me. See ya. Ragu says goodbye with a hearty smile before starting to fade away, as if he wasn't there to begin with. Wait! He was gone. What kind of god just brings up a topic like that and then just leaves? What a weird god. I would have never foreseen that he'd bring that up. I would have told him not to tell you if I had the chance. Why? I'd have figured it would make you uncomfortable, and I was most likely correct. You should ignore the Yaoguai gossip until it fades away. There's no harm to come from it. Though Ragu was kinda right, Liao. You can't just keep waiting until something bad happens. So let's sail for Miale as soon as possible. Senpai, please. But we go along so well. It'd just be so nice to be with Liao together forever. I don't know. Please stop saying things like that. Leopard raises a paw and gently taps Senpai on the head. Senpai plays along, acting stunned as he just smacked him. Finally able to collect my thoughts, I look back towards the picnic and bento laid out before us. Now that Ragu has taken a bite out of the chin, would any of them even want to eat it? I've never even seen anything touched by one of the others. Last time I asked Senpai about it, he just factually said it's being able to smell someone's drool while you're eating it. Well, it was only one bite, so maybe the rest of it's fine. So what do we do about the bento? All three of them remained silent. None of them wanted the bento anymore. There was a weird mood. But I should still eat my lunch. I did make it for myself after all. I picked up my chopsticks and looked down at the bento. All the pieces of roasted meat laid untouched in a tidy row. But I couldn't help but recall Ragu picking up one and eating it. I sit down for a moment and calm myself. Ragu was correct. Postponing my decision isn't going to help anything. Nothing good will come out from just waiting, especially for Senpai. His Fudegong's powers probably won't hold out much longer. I always thought I could keep up with this until graduation. Time's running out, isn't it? But that doesn't mean I should be hasty. I need to think about this. This is my life we're talking about. I still need to think about what's best for me. If that means I need to refuse all three, I should do it sooner rather than later. However, it was so easy to make them leave that I wouldn't have to stress out over it. What should I do? I raise my chopsticks about to snatch up some lunch, then swiftly I see her paw reach in and snatch away a piece of meat from my bento. Delicious. One look at Leopard's expression exposed his white lie. It wasn't delicious at all. I might as well try it. So I pick up the piece that Leopard just consumed the chief from and place it on my tongue. Yep, it's way too salty. Someone ever yells at you, tells you that you can't use too much soy sauce. They're wrong. The other pieces were cold and oily. It was better with the rice, but by no stretch of imagination I would consider it delicious. Moving on, I tried the rest of the meal. The fried veggies tasted metallic somehow. The biscuit was soggy, and while the seasoning wasn't bad, you couldn't call what's here a tamagoyaki anymore. I was thinking over how it didn't turn out well. Leopard's paw reaches over the bento, snatching 2 other pieces of meat. But Leopard, is it okay for you to eat that? Ragu already had a bite after all. Because Liao made this, it's not that good. Because Liao made this. There's no need to force yourself just because of that. Because Liao made this. He just keeps saying the same thing over and over again. Why is he so determined? Really, it's okay, you don't need to force yourself. Someone already had some and it's not even that good. I don't expect you to eat it, but I want to eat. I look down at the mess of the bento I made. It doesn't taste good, and it doesn't look good either. Leopard takes another piece of meat, including some veggies with it this time as well. He never eats veggies. Before I knew it, he took another mouthful, and then another. Before long, he will have eaten the whole thing. Considering the quality, it's rude to not follow his lead, so I proceed to dig in, eating the whole thing quietly before finishing up by clipping the lid back on the bento box. Once we finish eating, I pack up the leftover rubbish. We have to keep the field clean after all. Senpai pulls out a bottle of juice and passes it to me. I take a swig and lay down against the rock under the tree, taking the breezy scenery around me. The clouds are gathered around over a distant mountain peak, creating fog in shades of white and grey. The thick haze obscures the lush forest underneath. Even though it's spring, cold air still blows through these mountains. I zip up my jacket and let myself relax a little. As I look up, I see some Tung flower petals drift down onto my shoulder. I brush them off, leaving them to fall into the picnic blanket below. Million white petals snow forming around me, and one petal at a time. Liao, you want to bring some of the Tung flowers home with us? Home? But where would we put them? I watched the petals fall on the picnic blanket. Senpai made them blossom just for me. The fallen flowers didn't have stems, so I guess the vase wouldn't even work. For flowers like this, placing them on top of a plate with some water should suffice. In that case, they should keep nice for several days. Huh? Really? I imagine a picture of serenity as Tung flowers drift across the water on a nice little plate on my bookshelf. But how do we get them home without crushing them? That's the problem. They'd get crushed in a bag. Maybe if we washed the bento box and put them in that, wouldn't they just smell like food then? Shame, I didn't bring some soap. Wait, what kind of person would bring soap to a picnic? Packing an extra box would make more sense. Senpai gathers the flower petals into a small pile, about the size of a fist. They're beautiful, but I couldn't imagine how to keep them in a pristine during the trek back home. As I watched Senpai grab more flowers, I thought through what to do. This just lasts a moment as my attention shifts to Leopard walking over to the Tung tree. Before I knew it, Leopard throws the flowers into the air, holding his paw around the flowers as if he were about to catch them as they fell. However, none of the flowers fall back down. Instead, Leopard must be using his powers to suspend them into the breeze. Wow, cool, that's a cool move. Quite the waste of your divine powers. Leopard looks around a bit while keeping the flowers suspended over his paws. Soon enough, Senpai comes over with his backpack. Kulao, can you keep the flowers floating around inside my bag? Yes. All the way down the mountain? Yes. Yay! 3 cheers for Kulao. Now we can take the flowers home thanks to him. Senpai dances happily around Leopard. It's nice to be able to take the flowers home and all, but he really doesn't need to be so excited about it. Liao is going to decorate the room with these blossoms. I guess so. And whatever you see blossoms, you'll think of me. Why would I? Because I'm the one who thought to bring them home. I mean, Leopard's the one who's actually letting us bring them home. But, don't you think I'm beautiful? Just like a tongue blossom. How so? Wah! Senpai is frozen with shock, so I walk over and help Leopard open the bag so he can float the petals inside. Now, do you like flowers? I guess so. It's a long way up here. If anything, it's a nice idea to bring them back as souvenirs for this trip. I zip the backpack up. The bag's kinda full already, and the flowers are really floating around inside. I wonder if they'll end up getting crushed during the walk home anyway. I'm not so sure, but Leopard's face remains unchanged, so I guess it's okay. Well, now that we've got our souvenirs, we should head back, right? But it's still too early. Are there any more places to see? We could try that trail and see if it leads us to any pretty places. I guess Senpai's idea isn't too bad, but it took ages for us to get here. I'm just worried about going too far at this point. The paths are well marked, but I'm still afraid of getting lost. We don't really know where those paths go, and we'll be in big trouble if it gets dark and we can't find our way back. It's just a bit past midday. But I don't want to go too far from the metro station. Yeah, you're right. Getting lost out here would suck. But since we have extra time, we could catch the metro back and still go and check out some of the shops before dinner. Yeah, sure. Senpai and I plan out our trip back down the mountain. As we backtrack our steps on the map, none of us mention our encounter with that weird god of soil. I wonder if it was awkward for them too. Alright, everyone's ready to head back to the station. I start packing up the remains of our picnic. Afterwards, we headed back down the mountain. The pathways were so narrow here that we ended up walking a single file. Walking in a line doesn't make it easy to strike up conversation, but I guess all of us had something to think over in our heads after today. It really was a lot quieter than the way of this morning, but words to start a nice conversation just didn't come to me. Ragu, do the other Yogwine really think that I'm just keeping those three around just to take advantage of them? I mean, I don't know any of these Yaogwai, so why should I care what they think? Oh, sorry. That doesn't stop me from feeling annoyed over everything they think about me, though. But I do care about how those three feel. Do they feel that I'm just keeping them around because of some selfish wish to have them toward myself? Probably not, or at least I don't think they do. Definitely not Senpai. After all, he's the one trying to make everything about romance, not me. Well, I guess it would be true that not deciding anything with him, he just ends up trying to please me. Trying to make me want to like him. Tiger and Leopard won't think that, would they? Tiger knows me, he knows my jewels, he knows my likes, but even he says he's not interested in romance. He just doesn't speak enough for me to take a guess as to what he's thinking about. I really do hope he doesn't think I'm using him. I should ask him what he really thinks if I get the chance. I look around towards the three of them walking single file down this narrow winding mountain path. Some distance separates each of us, which would this be a good time to ask them? But how am I going to do it? It's embarrassing, but I just got to suck it up and go for it. Which one should I talk to? Which one? I think I want to go with the clouded leopard, but you know what? The one who knows the most about Liao would be the guardian tiger after all. Perhaps it's best to ask Tiger about stuff like this. I'm more comfortable talking to him. Tiger, what do you think about what Ragu said?
Like I already said, you shouldn't take heed over silly rumors. It was distasteful for him to tell.
Right, but what they say about me? You don't think I have any of those kinds of feelings towards you, do you?
I'd be flattered, Lao, but I'm a god, so perhaps it would be better for you to find a real boyfriend.
So, you think I should be with human?
It's a big difference. Just think gods don't have bodies. It's impractical. Other people can't see us, so it would be unrealistic to do any normal couple activities in public. And on top of that, some gods are tied to their land, never able to leave it. You wouldn't be able to get married. Well, I guess you probably don't want to get married. Even if you can channel spirits, maintaining a relationship with a god is a hassle. That is best to avoid.
I guess that's true. But you know I like beastmen, and as you know, those don't exist. So wouldn't an animal god like yourself be a good alternative?
Indeed, but there's only about appearances. You can't just have romance founded on appearances now, can you?
I guess that's also true.
God shouldn't just care for one worshipper. As such, to be in love with one would be strange.
Yeah, I get that you don't want me getting involved with you. Tiger, what if I really don't want to go home after graduation? Would you care about what I do? What would you do?
That's a puzzling question, of course. I would wish you to go home. But if you have your own plans, that's fine too. Does this mean you have decided to become a dancer?
No, it's just... Ragu urged me to decide as soon as possible, but choosing one of you means I would have to leave Taipei.
Didn't I just inform you not to get involved with any of the gods?
I didn't mean it like that. I only mean to help you guys. But no matter what would mean I'd have to leave anyway, right? I don't want that. But the idea of refusing you all makes me feel horrible.
Liao, you know that you can't help everyone. If you really want to help people, you should help your family and your temple first. There are many worshippers who need you there.
But Tiger, I don't know if I should say this. What do you intend to say? The last time I was there, everyone back home seemed to be actually doing well. All they pray for is wealth, love and peace. For the most part, everyone's happy. The Yaogwai don't cause trouble and everyone's big problems are just a part of everyday life. Honestly, Senpai could be the only one who actually needs my immediate help. Without worshippers, he may.
Stop joking around. Don't believe that little Yaogwai's wit.
You don't know how the situation really is. Don't call me little Yao Guai. What are you two getting excited over? Nothing. Really? It doesn't feel like nothing. Is everything okay? Yes, it's nothing really. Liao, don't take what he says too hard. If that old man's bullying you, just let me know. I would never bully Liao. Really? With all that yelling, what else could it be? Okay, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys. Just try and keep it nice. The two of them walk off down the track ahead of us. Tiger waits until they're out of the airship before continuing. Liao, all they've said is but the surface of all the problems. I do not believe you should promise anything until you know what they truly want. Still, I have to go there and see for myself. Liao, do you really wish not to come home? It's not like that, I just... I don't know. But to be honest, wouldn't Liao ever end up going home anyway? Because that's what some kids do, right? When they grow up, finish school and everything, they sometimes go back home. So I think I'll go back eventually. I don't mean to say I'll never go back. I just need some time to think about it. If you require time to think, I don't believe you should go with either of them. Who's to say you'll ever be able to return? I don't know. Maybe I just don't want to feel like my whole life is just shackled to returning home someday. So you wish to stay for a while? Yeah, and I also think I should try and help them out. Liao, it sounds like you just don't want to help them, so you could just stay away from home. Isn't it insincere to rely on an excuse like that? If I go, I'll do my best to help. You know I am hesitant. This is going to change my life. It's a big deal. Certainly, but Liao, will you come home eventually? Even after helping them for a while, will you come home, right? I guess you could say that. Well then, I still don't encourage you to help them. It would be easy enough to deal with the small kitten, but how would you be at your tongue after promising to be the Aborigines' oracle? But I digress. As long as you return home eventually, the only thing I care about is that you're safe, Liao. No matter what, Liao, you are the son of Lin family, and I can't see you leave without accomplishing anything. The troubles are not your own troubles. You don't need to provide them any service, and especially not give your life to their cause. What if I said I wanted to help them? Then I'd have to let you, even if I wouldn't feel good about it, especially if you became the Aborigines' oracle. Of course, as your family's guardian, it would sad for me to see you off to be the oracle of another tribe. At least try to thoroughly consider all options before making any promises. I know, trust me, I won't make any rash decisions. That's a good boy. Tiger pats my head. I don't know why, but this time it feels less reassuring than usual. We continued down the mountain trail together in silence. Senpai seemed a bit annoyed, but I guess I didn't really give him much attention on the way back. To make for leaving the other two cats to walk down the mountain in silence, I ended up getting them some treats. A hot dog for Senpai and some tea-flavored ice cream for Leopard. Leopard was completely perplexed by the ice cream until Senpai brought another one showing him how to eat it. It was really lovely of him, but Tiger just kinda sat off to the side watching us enjoy ourselves. I don't know what to say. Neither did he join in or make any attempt to stop us. For the rest of the night, Senpai and Leopard had fun while pulling me around to various shops before we headed home. It was a few days after our trip into the mountains. Qingming, the Tomb Sweeping Festival, was coming up soon. Now that I think about it, I should have bought a ticket in advance. If I wanted to go, but I'd been too busy with schoolwork to get around to it. It's too late anyway. Maybe next year. Also, Dad ended up calling me. He went on to about me coming home during the break, but I just deflected by talking about my exams right afterwards, saying that I was planning to stay and study. He didn't argue. Liao, I understand your predicament, so I'll only ask once. Are you certain you don't want to go home during your break? Yeah, I don't feel ready. That's a shame. It would have been splendid to introduce you to the other gods. Oh, you mean the other guardian tigers? Correct. As I've said before, each statue back home holds a guardian tiger. With your affinity for beastmen, I would assume you'd be overjoyed to be surrounded by so many. The temple back home is really big and there's heaps of statues. If all the guardian tigers are as all big as the ones I've seen, there's no way they'd all fit. No, I wonder what they do all day. It'd be funny to see all of them scattered around the place playing chess, gossiping and hanging out. But if I go back now, won't they all have millions of questions to ask me. I don't think I really want to deal with that.
I understand. Well, I can see them being a hassle. I'll just tell them in advance not to smother you all day.
Would that be acceptable? They shouldn't ask me about returning home, about life in Taipei, about studies, about girlfriends. They won't even know that I'm gay. And I won't really want to explain that.
Very true. I'll do my best, but sometimes they do like to joke around. Nevertheless, you must get used to them sooner or later.
What about Leopard and Senpai? Wouldn't it be weird for them to come along?
It would be the best for that leopard to stay behind. Taking an aborigine spirit to the Han Temple would be asking for trouble.
Exactly, that's why I don't think it's best to go back yet. There's too much stuff to take care of first.
What about summer break? You can't stay here for the whole summer.
We'll see how it goes.
Alright, if that's how it is, quickly make a decision so that the others can leave.
I know, as much as I don't want to turn anyone away, keeping this up is just going to cause problems. Just thinking about deciding leaves me overwhelmed with nerves, guilt and worry. Maybe I should do it, rip it off like a band-aid and just decide already. What am I going to decide? A day before festival. Liao, are you sure? Oh, coming back tomorrow? Yeah, for sure, I have to prepare for midterms. What about it? Whoa, who cares about midterms? What, are you trying for a scholarship or something? Even if I'm not, I still don't want to fail. There's no way Liao could fail. That I know that for sure. So, rather than study every day, let's go out and have some fun today instead.
I guess we could. But we've really been going out a lot lately.
I just don't have the time. Can we go? Please go out again just this once? I think it would increase.
I definitely know one of them hates me.
So, I don't know if it's Senpai Leopard. I don't know how this game works, but maybe we could. Might as well then. I guess it'd be alright. Yay, I'll be making all the arrangements. What do you have planned? Oh, that's a secret. Let's say it's a surprise for you, Liao. So just leave it to me and I'll go home and get things ready. Yeah, okay, and then I'll see you later. Yep, tonight. That night I waited and waited, but for the first time in a long time, Senpai didn't come home.
What's up? That's Kitten up to at this hour?
It's getting a bit late. He's usually home by now. Let me call and see what's up. Worried that something bad might have happened, I pick up my phone and call his number. He doesn't pick up. If something came up, he would have at least left a message.
Perhaps he fell back asleep at his home.
He was going to get some things ready, but I doubt he'd just fall asleep. I used to feel like I wanted Senpai to go back home. Maybe some parts of me does, but I'd never wanted it to happen like this. We sat there waiting for any sign of him, the clock turning past midnight before I'm left with nothing to do but trudge over to my bed, taking my worries to sleep with me. The next day was the first day of Qingming, but Senpai was nowhere to be found. We were supposed to go out today. There's just been no word from him. Somewhere it annoys me, but I'm just mostly worried. I just don't know what I can do. In a time like this, I think I should ask Guardian Tiger, because, well, I don't know. Yeah, I'll ask him. I sit at my desk trying to study, but all I can think about is Senpai's disappearance. Unable to do any work, I resort to distracting myself with social media.
Liao, are you still troubling yourself over that kitten?
Yeah, of course. He just disappeared, like he wasn't here at all.
I'd prefer that you just forget about him. But that would be too much to ask.
I mean, it's not like I never wished for him to leave. I never wanted it like this. What if something bad happened?
I don't believe it's something bad. He's somewhat of a guardian tiger after all. Yao Guai wouldn't harm him, and most people cannot even see or touch him unless he's possessing a body.
Then where is he? Why hasn't he said anything yet?
I don't know, and I care even less. I have no doubts that he's fine.
Can you guarantee that?
Well, there's no guarantees in this world. If you do really care so much, I suppose I can help you look for him, if that's what you really wish.
How?
Usually I would inquire of clairvoyant and clairaudience for help on the matter, but we are too far from home. Perhaps we can reach them from a temple here in Taipei.
Temples? There should be plenty of Mazu temples in Taipei, right?
Even if temples are the same religion, each one may house different gods. You could say it's something like a department store, set departments but a wide variety of products in each one. It would be strange to bother an unfamiliar god with such a trifle matter. Although even a non-Mazu temple could have a guardian tiger or two, such as the temple of Taipei's highest city god. It would not be hard to ask a guardian tiger there for assistance.
So where should we go to the temple of Taipei's highest city god?
Yes, most of us guardian tigers get on quite well. Thankfully, there are many temples of similar beliefs.
So you won't ask Claudians?
As you know, I cannot travel far away from my statue, in which case I would need to ask them to contact said temple for me.
So basically you'll ask Clairvoyant and Claudians to go ask a guardian tiger at that temple for help.
Yes.
It's like asking a friend of a friend to go ask their friend. Would they be fine with that?
It's either this or going around putting up missing persons posters and handing out leaflets, and I doubt the effort would be worth it.
Yeah, if we tried that, people would just start spreading rumors about him.
As you see, getting the gods involved is much more effective.
I guess you're right. I think we should. Yeah, we should. We don't really have another choice. It's better to plan than what I could manage. And if something did really happen, sitting around isn't here going to be anything. Alright, let's ask him.
Then I shall head up to the roof. This may take some time, Liao. Please go back to your books.
Alright. Tiger stands up and proceeds to walk upwards, as if he's taking a flight of invisible stairs straight through the ceiling and up to the roof. I know he's a spirit, but I still never get used to seeing things like this. A little shocked, I try to focus my mind again and get back to studying.
Liao is upset.
Yeah. Even Leopard can see how nervous I am, but I promised Tiger I'd try and study. I have to stay focused. I flipped through one of my textbooks. Okay, so what chapter here do I actually need to know for the test? It's been a while since Tiger left. Looking out the window, I see the night sky is beginning to fall over the bright city lights, the blue hue of day fading into the purple of night, and he's still not back. He just went up to the roof, didn't he? How long could it take to speak to Claudians? My stomach rumbles. I've been too worried to remember to eat. I guess whatever Tiger's doing, he'd probably be happy if I gave him an offering for dinner to replenish his chi. So dinner plan, get 2 meals, one for him and one for Leopard. Leopard, can you please go to the roof and ask Tiger what he'd like for dinner?
Yes.
It just took a moment before both of them returned.
I don't require any dinner tonight, Liao. Besides, I may take my leave for now.
Huh? Where are you going?
I requested Clairvoyant to pick me up and take me to a temple in Taipei.
A place far from your statue?
Yes, that is why I require some help from Clairvoyant. Luckily, the spiritual connections are very strong here in Taipei. That's more important to us than physical distances.
I see. So there is really a way he can leave his statue, though it doesn't sound like it's easy to go anywhere far. I guess this would be the first time he's left my side since coming here.
I likely won't come home tonight. It's worthwhile to ask the nocturnal Yao Guai about our kitten after all. Please be sure to stay safe.
Safe?
If anything happens, you may place your hand on my statue and pray. I'll feel it. Also, don't let the Aborigines do anything while I'm gone.
I won't. Don't worry, I'll be fine.
No, Liao, I'm only doing this so you can forget about that kitten and focus on studying. Be sure to be studying when I get home, alright?
Okay, I got that. Oh, then I'll be off. He pets my head softly before backing up and heading toward the ceiling. Seeing him leave like that, I don't know why, but my heart hurts. Do you want any dinner? Okay. As such, we left my room to go get some. A dinner for just me and Leopard. After dinner, I focus back on my studies. With Tiger out to look for Senpai, I feel like at least I don't need to worry. I actually managed to cover a lot of material. If I could do this every day, I'd be ready for the exams in no time. I kept reading, revising, and making notes until it was time for bed. I have a shower, get out, and turn off the light in my apartment, ready to go to sleep. Walking over to my bed, I tuck myself under my sheets. It feels odd not to have Senpai bundled up next to me. With nothing to draw my attention, I glance around the room. Like usual, I find Leopard curled up on my desk. I might as well ask. I think I'll invite him to the bed this time. I think I will. He's so cute. Mr. Leopard. Since we're the only ones here, would you like to sleep on the bed? I used to it. I know, but you could try the bed. It could be nice for one night. Leo wants me to come bed. Just sure. You think? He shimmies up to the desk and walks over as I pull over the covers and invite him in. It felt kinda awkward, but it's not like I could just sit here and not give him anywhere soft to sleep. I shuffled back towards the wall and gave him room to get in the bed. He seems emotionless about it. Without saying a word, he gets under the sheets next to me, shuts his eyes and seems to fall asleep in an instant. To make sure he can get enough room, we were laying face to face, mere centimeters away. I didn't have any other intentions when I invited him to sleep with me. Why am I suddenly feeling so nervous about this? Senpai's gone into the wind and Tiger's off searching for him. It'd be natural for me to be worried. Liao, worry Shuqi. Yeah? So that's what he thinks my problem is. It's just different without Senpai around. I always thought he was annoying, but I just got used to it. I mean, without him here, things just feel awkward. Awkward? No, nothing, it's just... Liao cursed for Shuqi. Yeah, at least I hope nothing bad happens to him. Not good without Shuqi. That's not it. I just got used to him being around. Liao wanna go help him? I just want to know what happened. Tiger said he couldn't be harmed. But why would he disappear? If I could do anything to help, I'd like to. But that doesn't mean I've chosen to help him rebuild his temple in Miali. That would take too long. What if Shuqi must rebuild temple to come back? Oh, I never thought about that. Senpai did say he'd be out of spirit powers soon. Could that have anything to do with his disappearance? Could he disappear if I didn't go to Miali soon? But rebuilding a temple takes time. I doubt he'd just disappear so suddenly because of that. What would happen if he didn't lose all his powers? Would he turn back into a Yaoguai? And that's all for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel and subscribe to my main channel and press notification and make sure it's set to all, and also like or dislike if you'd like it or dislike the video, and goodbye. See you all next time.